Before we jump into the news, I want to take a second to say that I'm going to start posting again regularly on this channel. I kind of fell off here because I wasn't sure if I really wanted to keep making these types of videos, but I'm back and looking forward to making content again for GameScope. Thank you. This week in gaming, EA goes private and takes on $20 billion in debt, which is leaving some fans worried. Ubisoft and Tencent are teaming up on a brand new studio that'll take over some of their biggest franchises. And Xbox is shaking things up with new Game Pass tiers that could change how millions of players subscribe. Let's break it all down this week in GameScope Weekly. Let's kick things off with EA, because they just made headlines by taking on a massive $20 billion in debt as part of a recent $55 million buyout deal. That's right, the deal is being led by Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, as well as a private equity firm Silver Lake, and investment firm Affinity Partners. On paper, this move might look like a way to strengthen EA's long-term positioning, but for fans, the numbers raise some real concerns. Beloved studios like BioWare are already under pressure after years of waiting for the next Mass Effect, and the fear is that EA could turn to cost-cutting measures at the expense of game development. In fact, it's already being reported that they will turn to AI to help cut down on some of this debt. For context, Mass Effect 5 was announced in 2020 and only began full production this year. Fans are worried that with EA needing to manage such a huge debt, leadership could push for tighter budgets, shorter deadlines, or even monetize aggressively once the game finally launches. Considering the rocky history of games like Anthem, or more recently Dragon Age: The Veilguard, these fears don't feel completely unfounded. That said, there's also the possibility that EA's financial maneuvering here is designed to protect its studios and continue investing in blockbuster IP. But with $20 billion in debt hanging over EA's head, the pressure to deliver, and profit fast, has never been higher. From one giant of the industry to another, Ubisoft is making big moves of its own, this time with Tencent. Ubisoft and Tencent have announced their brand new subsidiary called Vantage Studios, which will take the lead on some of Ubisoft's biggest franchises, including Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Rainbow Six. Now, if you recall, this deal was actually announced back in March, with Tencent taking a 25% stake in the company. However, it seems that they are officially starting operations now. This marks one of Ubisoft's boldest moves yet, giving Tencent a deeper role in developing global IP. Vantage Studios will operate with the mission of streamlining production pipelines and delivering faster, more consistent AAA content across all platforms. Essentially, the studio will operate under a less centralized model, which will allow development teams to adjust with market demands. While Ubisoft is still the creative lead, Tencent's influence suggests a heavier focus on online infrastructure and expansions into Asian markets, with the company taking on more of an advisory role. This could be huge for the long-term health of franchises like Rainbow Six Siege, which thrive on sustained engagement. This move is sparking mixed reactions. Ubisoft has said that they hope the move will allow developers to have more creative freedom over their most successful IPs, but fans worry about a dilution of Ubisoft's identity, with Tencent's influence potentially reshaping how these series will evolve. Personally, I think this could be really great if they give developers more freedom. Series like Assassin's Creed have long gotten stale because they stick to these cookie-cutter Ubisoft molds, so hopefully this will allow those series to adapt and get even better. Regardless, Vantage Studios looks like it will be one of the most important players in Ubisoft's strategy moving forward. Meanwhile, over in Xbox land, Game Pass is getting a price hike, and people are not happy. Microsoft just rolled out major changes to Xbox Game Pass, restructuring the subscription service into 3 tiers: Essential, Premium, and Ultimate. Each tier comes with its own price point and perks, and with Ultimate jumping to $30, people are starting to question if the service is really worth it. The Essential tier is designed as an entry point, offering core Game Pass features like access to a rotating library of titles. Premium adds extras like cloud gaming and early access trials, while Ultimate is positioned as the full package, combining everything with PC integration, day one first-party launches, and additional perks. The thing is, most people subscribe to Ultimate because of day one releases, and this tier has changed a lot over the years. When Ultimate launched back in 2019, the price was only $15 a month, and that price was raised to $17 in 2023. And then bumped up again to $20 back in 2024. Now with the price being $30 a month, most players are jumping ship, saying the price isn't worth the value it provides. Microsoft says that the change is about giving players more flexibility. However, I personally am skeptical. I mean, let's be honest here, between the console price hikes, trying to change the price of games to $80, and now this, Microsoft is sitting on a fat stack of cash. I don't know, this move just doesn't really make sense to me. The coming months will show whether players embrace the new price point or just unsubscribe altogether. And judging by Microsoft's site crashing by the amount of people trying to unsubscribe from Game Pass, I'm guessing that it won't be too good. And that's your rundown on some of the biggest stories in gaming this week. Between EA's mountain of debt, Ubisoft and Tencent's new studio, and Xbox screwing up Game Pass, it's been a pretty crazy week for the industry. I'm curious, what are your thoughts on the Game Pass price changes? Will you keep your subscription, or are you planning on dropping it? I've actually never subscribed to Game Pass, so this isn't really a problem for me, but I am curious how everyone else feels. Let me know your thoughts down below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell to stay up to date on the latest in gaming news. We'll catch y'all next week.